Hey, Matsumoto sits in the Nagano Highlands with a 400-year-old black castle, an alpine valley that bans cars, and almost none of the international crowds you'd expect. 3 days gets you a castle town, wasabi fields, and a river valley in the Alps. If you know the order, that makes sense. I mapped the whole route into a template, so if you want it, the link's in the description. Matsumoto sits at the gateway to the Northern Alps, so the city does castletown history and mountain scenery equally well. Each season changes the palette entirely. Day 1 stays in the castletown, a 400-year-old keep, a frog-obsessed market alley, and merchant storehouses that outlasted everything. Matsumoto Castle is one of only 12 original keeps left in Japan, the actual 400-year-old wood, and it's a national treasure. The Meiji government nearly demolished it in the 1870s. Later it started tilting, some blamed the curse, and it took a decade to fix. Inside, you climb steep ladder-like stairs in your socks, and the smell of old cedar follows you up through dim, narrow wooden floors. Go morning, the moat is calmest. The light hits the black lacquer best, and you beat the tour buses because those staircases get cramped. Past the castle moat, Nawate is a thin market alley from the 1500s that is now, somewhat inexplicably, devoted to frogs. Real frogs lived here until a 1959 typhoon drove them off. Locals built ceramic replacements and a shrine because Karu means both frog and to return. You'll smell the taiyaki before you see the stalls. Vendors competing for foot traffic with the Metoba River running right behind the shops. Bring cash, since most vendors don't take cards and don't expect a long visit. This is a snack and stroll walkable end to end in 5 minutes. A few minutes from Nawate, Nakamachi is a row of Edo period kura, thick-walled white storehouses with black lattice fronts that merchants built to survive fires. Matsumoto has an unusually high concentration of these because it sat on a major pilgrimage route, so commerce flowed through and merchants needed fireproof storage. Late afternoon light on those white walls is the shut, and the brewery taproom inside one of the storehouses is where the street comes alive. Many shops close by 5. Some take random days off. Start no later than mid-afternoon or you'll find half the street shuttered. Day 2 heads into the Azumino Valley. Wasabi fields fed by alpine spring water in the morning, glass blowing with mountain views in the afternoon. Most wasabi outside Japan is just horseradish with food coloring. Daio Farm is 15 hectares of the real thing, growing in gravel beds fed by alpine spring water. Wasabi needs constantly flowing. Very clean, very cold water. Akira Kurosawa filmed scenes here for Dreams in 1990, and the watermills built for the movie still stand. Running water flows through every gravel bed, and fresh wasabi smells more floral than the sinus-destroying powder you're used to. The farm is free to walk. Try the wasabi ice cream, more vanilla than punishing, and if you come by train, rental bikes at Hodaka Station make for a pleasant ride through the valley. Planted in rice paddies with Alps-facing windows, this museum shows MEL Galley glasswork and has a working furnace where you can boil your own. Someone decided this farming valley needed a French Art Nouveau glass collection and a hands-on furnace, and they were right, the peaks fill every window. The furnace heat hits you walking into the workshop, and the contrast between molten glass and snow-capped peaks through those windows is hard to beat. Book the glass blowing ahead because weekend slots fill and finished pieces cool overnight you pick up later or have it shipped. Day 3 is the payoff, a flat alpine valley where cars are banned, followed by a hot spring that predates most of the buildings you've seen. Kamikochi is a flat valley at 1,500 meters with 3,000-meter peaks on both sides, and the only way in is bus. Cars are banned because it's national park. Taisho Pond formed in 1915 when a volcano dammed the river. Dead trees still stand in the water, reflected with mountains behind them. The river is transparent, every rock on the bottom visible, and the main trail is flat and paved, so you don't need to be a hiker. Book the bus the night before because the first departure fills fastest and the last bus back is your hard deadline. Miss it and you're staying overnight. Asuma Onsen has been running for 400 years on the edge of Matsumoto. The same castle lords who built the castle soaked in these baths. The castle lord's exclusive bathhouse is now Hot Plaza Asama, a walk-in municipal facility. This is a neighborhood bath, not a tourist production. Sulfur-tinged water, steam off an outdoor bath, cold air on your face. In colder months, this is the onsen experience everyone describes. Hot Plaza is walk-in with no reservation, but some bathhouses close by 8 after Kamikochi, a taxi from the station, is the path of least resistance. From a black castle keep to an alpine valley and a hot spring older than most countries, Matsumoto is a small city that rewards slowing down. I put the full Matsumoto route into an editable template with a map view, the links in the description or the pinned comment. Drop the stop you're most curious about in the comments. I read all of them.